Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. How are we all doing? Good to hear it. Yeah, we're here to talk today about a product that we've co-launched together called the Better Ecosystem. So it's a very exciting incentive-based platform, which we will bring up on the stage shortly. We'll do a quick intro. My name's Jake. I'm the communications lead at VChain. I've worked in the sector for about 7 years now, so been around the block and seen a lot of evolution in that time, and very excited to be part of a project that's trying to penetrate real-world, use cases.
And also hello from my side, I'm Bernhard. We are doing this together. I'm a partner at Boston Consulting Group, and Boston Consulting Group and VChain, we are with this product together out there in the world because we really both believe that this can change the world to a better place, hopefully. But what it is, we will bring to you in the next 10 minutes. So, better world with digital assets. I mean, it's a novel idea, right? But how does it really work? So Boston Consulting Group is quite well known for coming up with new trends and mega trends up to 2030 and what are the next waves and hypes and so on. So when I just pull out from a company the 5 mega trends that we have in the future, then you see there 2 things. You see sustainability and decentralization. I mean, decentralization is basically Web3. That's where all the other talks are about. And sustainability, I mean, this is the first trend anyway, and we really have to stick to this. Otherwise, the world is not the best place in the future as it is right now. So we really have to look into this. But what is the combination? And the combination is, before I hand over back to you, I mean, think about it. With digital assets, what is it good for? You can incentivize people, right? I mean, this is what a lot of use cases are doing anyway over the last years or a decade almost. Yeah, you do something, you do staking, you do other things on the blockchain, have some products, and you get rewarded by tokens in your wallet. That's what it's all about, right? When it comes to sustainability, on the other hand, I mean, it's quite easy to force organizations to be a little bit more sustainable with reports, with regulations and so on. But the government cannot force people, right? They cannot tell me, go to the grocery store by foot, or don't go to Starbucks and get a plastic cup there. So it's quite hard to force people, right, to do some sustainable actions. But here comes the link. With digital assets, you can incentivize them, because this is the lesson that we learned all here on this conference. We are getting incentivized by doing sustainable actions.
Yeah, so what we have here, we're bringing a new kind of acronym to market. It's a bit of a mouthful, the Decentralized Better Actions Network. I mean, at its core, what it is you can think of it as a next-gen kind of loyalty program that leverages tokenization. So you perform an action, essentially you record it on the blockchain, that will then be, essentially you will then be rewarded with a unit of value. So the rationale here is you as an end user, in the traditional environment, you would pay more to engage with a sustainable product. Say, you go to Uber, you might pay €2 extra to do the electrified version, or, all manner of kind of cases where that's the case. This is trying to flip that script on its head and actually reward the end user for their engagement with a sustainable or, better action. So we've got a few numbers up here just for kind of, to show the kind of scale of where the money is and the trends that, the sector's moving into. And we've actually built a few apps down here, so maybe after the session's done, you guys can check out vbetter.com. There's a few on there, but for example, we've got EVN, which is a pretty cool app where you drive your Tesla, and at the end of the day, you can charge it back up, and then that kind of calculation of how much energy you used can be compared to a carbon offset, and you get rewarded with the value that you've saved in that instance. So it's a pretty cool, pretty novel application that's kind of based around incentives. And what we're trying to build here is essentially this app platform for all different aspects of your day-to-day life, where you can essentially go from dawn till dusk and be able to use these apps and essentially unlock rewards for things you already do every day. Obviously, at the macro level, it's about gently encouraging people to do more sustainable actions without necessarily, imposing on them, or just allowing it to slot into your day-to-day life, essentially.
Yeah. And also a takeaway of the slide is there are a lot of big numbers on there. Yeah. So decentralization and sustainability, they are big numbers. If you combine them, then it's even bigger. So it's really the place where not only BCG but also VChain and a lot of others are going already. And our job in this partnership, and that's why they hired BCG to do that, is to bring in the big brands. Yeah, so we're talking to the Starbucks, the Walmarts, and so on of this world to bring them into this community.
Sorry, if I just interject as well, because obviously when you look at the macro financials of the space, sustainability and investment is a massive growing kind of case for businesses globally. ESG, I think, just hit 8 trillion or something valuation, but one of the big problems is still that it lacks the transparency. Like when you look into the products themselves that are being sold as investments, they don't have the transparency and the traceability component. So of course, leveraging this kind of stuff on a blockchain is a big step towards resolving that transparency issue. And of course, for your BlackRocks of the world who still basically have to invest in these sustainable products, this kind of asset class is creating a vehicle for them that's actually, answering their challenges with their current kind of portfolios.
Yeah. Let's quickly go what it really means for you. Yeah. So, where is it?
Okay. Didn't have its coffee.
Here we go. So what are sustainable actions that can be incentivized and rewarded? Yeah. Here we have a couple of them. So when you recycle or when you travel to a CO2-friendly hotel, or when you use something again, I don't know, a refurbed iPhone or so, all these activities that we can do as individuals are sustainable actions, right? And it would be great to get rewarded for them. So this is how you get rewarded. So there are a lot of apps. Here are a couple of apps along the day, so to say. So you get up with mugshot, yeah, which basically means if you go to Starbucks and bring your own mug and don't use the plastic mugs that you have in US, for instance, yeah, then you take a screenshot, a photo in this app, and then you automatically get rewarded by a token. The token, by the way, you can easily transfer it into fiat money the next second if you want, and then you got a couple of cents or dollars. So, and also the other stuff here, yeah, when you exercise or when you cook at home and when you perform other sustainable actions, then you get rewarded by tokens.
Yeah, my favorite one's not on here, but we just added green commuters. So if anyone's a Strava fan, I did a jog the other day to work and got a little reward for it. And you're obviously benefiting your health and you're also benefiting the environment by using sustainable transport. So it's just adding that little reward layer for doing the right thing, and reducing your burden.
Yeah. So super quickly as an example, how does it work? Yeah. So you download the WeWorld, so the app of VChain. And then here you have the various apps in there, and then whatever you want to do, yeah, you get a mugshot when you go to Starbucks, or you perform some other sustainable actions. Then you get the tokens then indirectly in your wallet that is also in the app. But first of all, you need to download this. Then you need to perform the sustainable action. Then you get the tokens, and then as last step, you either store those tokens or convert it into fiat money, or you can also use it in the ecosystem and get 5% off for your next coffee. Yeah, it's like a loyalty program.
Well, we have also just added social login. So one of the handy steps when you present this to most normal people are like, what the frick's a wallet? Now you can actually go to the URL as well and just do your social login. So username, password, bang, you've got your account. It's all abstracted away. Gas fees, etc., aren't visible. It creates a nice user journey. Obviously, the end goal is mass adoption of this technology and all these technologies that we're talking about today. So things like social logins are a really important step.
So you just mentioned mass adoption. So I think, in my view, the combination of incentivizing people for performing some sustainable action with something they know already, with a loyalty program. Like when we fly around or when we do our groceries, we collect points. But here we get points or tokens when we perform some sustainable actions. And if people across the globe will use that, then hopefully our world will be a better place. And by the way, the better here, it's not a typo, that's the token, yeah, that you get when you perform the sustainable action. So thanks for listening to us, and download the app and earn the better token. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Bernhard and Jake.